Hi, dear worship leader. So today we're going to be looking at magnify the Lord in your worship. A worship leader is one who leads in worship to God. Worship is all about God, and we must magnify Him in our worship to show how big and mighty our God is to the people we're leading. To magnify the Lord is not to make Him bigger than He is. He's already the Most High. But we magnify the Lord in our worship because our God is great and is greatly to be praised. Psalm chapter 34, 1 to 3. I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. My soul shall make its boast in Him. The humble shall hear it and be glad. Oh, magnify the Lord with me. Let us exalt His name together. Let's explore ways that we can magnify the Lord in our worship as a worship leader. Number one, to magnify the Lord is to draw close to Him. James chapter 4 verse 8 says, draw near to God and He will draw near to you. There is no how we can know how big God is if we are not close to Him. This reminds me of a story of a young lady that traveled with me a few years ago. That would be her first time traveling by air. So we got to the airport, she saw everything, she was wild, and we boarded. When we got to where we're going, she now said, I want to ask a question. Please, is this the same aeroplane that I always see in movies that looks small? And I told her, yes, it's the same because you're looking at it from far. Now you are close, you now know how big this aeroplane is. So it's an experience. We cannot be looking at God from far and think, okay, I know about Him, I can describe Him. Until we are close to Him, that is when we know how big and mighty this God is. So to magnify the Lord first, we need to draw close to Him and know Him. Point number 2 on how to magnify the Lord is to fill our thoughts with His greatness and always speak of His marvelous works in our lives. Like Mary sang in Luke chapter 1:46, my soul magnifies the Lord. And she mentioned other things that God has done for her. So we magnify the Lord by filling our thoughts with the greatness of God and His works in our lives. Point number 3 on how to magnify the Lord is for us to constantly remember and be aware that worship is all about God. And we must exalt Him accordingly in the midst of His people. Point number 4 for us to magnify the Lord is to invite others to join us. That same Psalm chapter 34 verse 3 says, oh, magnify the Lord with me. Let us exalt His name together. We are inviting others we are leading to join us as we magnify this God. We tell them how great and mighty God is. So mighty and bigger to meet every need. And the last point I have, which is the 5th one, is to put God above all else. That God comes first in all that we do. As we're wrapping up, let me read the book of Colossians chapter 3 verse 17, the Passion Translation. Let every activity of your lives and every word that comes from your lips be drenched with the beauty of our Lord Jesus, the Anointed One, and bring your constant praise to God the Father because of what Christ has done for you. So in all that we do, let us make sure that God is magnified and is glorified. Thank you, and God bless.